Let's take a look at the chart action for Ethereum. Alright, so here's what I've been looking at on Ethereum. And this, alright, so we got resistance right here, we got support right here, and support right here. I'm watching this triangle pattern. If we do trend lines on the top like this, and then the bottom something like this. This is pretty much what I was watching in my last video. I think we could, in my opinion, what I'm doing is dragging from the top to the bottom of this triangle, dragging that to the breakout, and I had a target of around approximately 6,000. In general, we also have support right here and support right here. I'm watching an uptrend, maybe something like this. So until we break this uptrend going to the downside, then I'm going to assume that we're in an uptrend and we're heading to 6,000. The only thing I don't like about this is that we're trending up and the volume is trending down. So that's another thing that I'm really looking at that I don't really like, or that I'm kind of worried about, is that we're getting low volume right here. We don't have a lot of volume coming in. What I really want to see us do is get some nice green volume candles coming in and kind of break the average down here. So we're getting like this declining volume. I want to see it spike up like that, but we haven't really been getting that. The volume candles seem kind of low. In general though, I'm watching this on the weekly time frame. I'm not really watching this on the daily or kind of the lower time frames. But yeah, I'm kind of still watching that 6,000 target. If we jump over the total crypto market cap, here's what I'm looking at. We had resistance right here, and resistance right here. We're coming into that trend line. So we have a trend line going right here. We're coming into that trend line right now pretty much. What I'm thinking though is if we could break this top trend line going to the upside, we could target from the top to the bottom of this channel or this wedge, something like this. We could drag that to the breakout, and we're looking at a target of approximately 3.5 trillion, I think, 3.54, something like that. We haven't broken to the upside yet, so we're watching this trend line still, but we also have support right here and support right here, giving us this other uptrend right here, support line, should I say. And if we break that support line going to the downside, what I'll be looking at is this previous support right here, maybe some support right here. I'm not sure. In general, also maybe retesting this trend line right here. It's possible that we have to come down and retest this trend line. I think if we break this trend line though, that is when we might have to start getting worried. But in general, this is still looking bullish. We're still on an uptrend. We still have support. We have not broken that uptrend going to the upside. And like I said, I'm kind of curious if we could break out of this trend line right here and come up to and hit this 3.5 trillion target. I had been targeting 3 trillion for a while. We still haven't hit that target, but it looks like we're very close to 3 trillion, and I'm curious if we could come up to around 3.5. Like I was saying though, we have this support line right here. It looks like we're getting close to either going to the downside or going to the upside. So we're going to have to want to keep an eye on this total crypto market cap. This will probably give us a better idea. If we could break this trend line going to the upside, I think we're going to see a big move in crypto in general. If we jump over to the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart, here's what I've been looking at for a while. We have kind of this flag pattern forming. We're bouncing in between this resistance right here and this support all down here. So what I've been thinking though is if we could break this top trend line going to the upside, that's going to be really, really good for Ethereum. In general, if this chart is moving up, then that's good for Ethereum. And if this chart is moving down, that's better for Bitcoin. So what I was thinking is targeting from the top to the bottom of this flag, dragging this to the potential breakout. We haven't broke out yet, but I was looking at targeting this red line up here, which is a previous top over here back in 2017, I think it was. Let me see, 2018. I'm curious if we can break out of this pattern and come up and hit this over here. If we zoom in, we're on the daily time frame right now. We have support right here, and support right here. It looks like we're testing this support right now, or at least we're coming into like a resistance zone and testing the support. We're really close to that support, so I don't know if we're going to break through it or if we're going to keep getting support and push through to the upside. Let's readjust these lines, maybe something like that. Okay, so like I said, if this chart breaks to the downside, then we can look at Bitcoin more, or Bitcoin will be getting more gains on the way down. And then if it could break to the upside, then Ethereum will be making more gains than Bitcoin. So I suggest keeping an eye on the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart for momentum swings. Right now, like I said, Ethereum's trending up to Bitcoin, but it looks like we're testing this support, and it looks like we're coming into like a little area where we're choosing to the upside or to the downside. Let's see where we go. I'm very curious if we could come up to this previous resistance up here though. If we do, I think that's going to be really, really good for Ethereum. So if we take a look at the Cardano to Ethereum chart, basically if this chart is moving down, that's good for Ethereum, and if this chart starts moving up, that's good for Cardano. And we've been kind of going up and down pretty much, and we've been in this big downtrend. So Ethereum was doing a lot better than Cardano for a long time, but I don't know if you guys follow me, but I've been watching these charts for a while, and like I watched these charts for a break in trends. So we had resistance, resistance, resistance. I was watching this downtrend, something like this. We still haven't broke this downtrend right here. And then right now I'm watching all this resistance right here. I think if we could break this trend going to the upside, that's going to be good for Cardano, and we might want to start looking at Cardano more. And you can see right now that we're getting it seems like we're getting a little bit of support right here, and it looks like we're testing that resistance line going to the upside. So basically, if this chart starts moving up, this is going to be better for Cardano, and as long as this chart keeps moving down, this is good for Ethereum. It looks like we have support right here, and maybe a little bit of support right here. I'm just kind of trying to find a little bit of support. Maybe we have a little bit more to go down, but this kind of area looks like we kind of bottomed out right here and then got a bounce, and then same thing over here. So in this area in general, looks like there's some nice support going on, and I'm curious if we're going to have to start looking at Cardano. It did get a nice little swing to the upside, and I'm probably going to make a video on that next. So yeah, I'm still looking at 6,000 on Ethereum, and I am watching this volume though. That's the only thing that I'm kind of worried about, but let's see if we can come up, hit that target, and then, or maybe like kind of jump up and down, maybe get some volatility, maybe slowly creep up there. I'm not really sure, but this is the weekly time frame, so it might take a while to get there. I don't know. Now that we're in all-time highs areas, I'm kind of a little bit more confused on what to do. I kind of like the areas where we're bouncing in between, where we can kind of target previous resistance levels. Right now there's not really a resistance level to target, so I'm kind of just going off this pattern. But yeah, let's see what happens. I kind of want, like I've been talking about, let's see if maybe we get some Bitcoin money coming into Ethereum and we get a push up, and maybe that volume starts coming in, or the total crypto market starts pumping and we start getting some more volume. Not too sure. I'm still bullish on Ethereum, but yeah, let me know what you guys think about Ethereum. In my next video, we'll probably be talking about Cardano, so click this video here and we'll probably get into that next. Alright, if you guys liked the video, hit that thumbs up button.